So you might have seen this in photos.
This is a 76 Mitsubishi Galant.
So this is the same as the one over there. So this is a cold.
This is another cold Lancer.
Oh man. When was the last time any of us saw an Evo 4? Like, just collection of B series. Such a nice little front end as well.
That was actually the early Mitsubishi badge used these. It wasn't even Mitsubishi logo, it was kind of that.
Wow,
logo there.
I've never seen that. Hello everyone, we're in the middle of Ireland. We actually almost are in the middle of Ireland. For the first time I can actually say that with confidence. Paul here has been kind of asking me to call up for a while, but it's a fair old spin. But we actually decided today that we'd come up and have a look because he's got some cool cars. We'll go through all his cars, poke him, ask him a few questions. Same with the rest of the lads in the shed. And yeah, there's some really cool shit here. And once again, we're in a completely unassuming, just Irish shed. And then you're going to see some very, very interesting machines off here in the distance.
Bit of everything.
You ready, Paul, for the excitement?
Never been more ready in all my life. That's brother's car.
So your brother also has the...
He's more into Honda. This is his next project, if he'll ever go around to it.
Okay.
It's just
DC1.
DC1 shell. It'll probably be a track car as well. But he just wants a good shell to start with. It's
cool.
Meant to be a good one. I don't know as much about Hondas, but
yeah,
meant to be a good one.
They're getting rare. Another thing that was just super common in Ireland, we took a lot of DC1s and DC2s, and yeah, now they're kind of gone. I am thankful that you're letting me come up and be nosy in your shed and stuff, because as Irish people we like to keep to ourselves, and like you don't really put absolutely everything up on the internet, so you're reserved enough, like, you know what I mean?
Cars operating because you don't want
exactly. So I do appreciate you allowing me up here to be nosy. So the plan is we're going to work through all the stuff and just have a little conversation. I mean, there's actually quite a lot of stuff here, so this could be a long enough video. You're living my fantasy of having a lot of cars, but it's not as easy as it looks. You know, people watch YouTube videos and they think, wow, this guy's all his cool collection, but you barely have enough.
Most of the time trying to keep it going. See, we rent a shed here between a few of us.
Yeah.
So this is one of the lads' cars. He's had this a few years, brought in from Japan with one of the import crowds, can't remember the name of them.
Yeah.
So he's been, I suppose, when he first got it, he got it running right, but sure he's hip stuff done now.
Yeah, the wheels are gorgeous. It's very nice. Yeah, because what was on it before was there was a replica wheel on it, was it?
Yeah.
And then you sent me like, look at this, like it looks fucking, and now it really looks amazing.
Cool car now, in fairness. It is a cool car.
You rarely even see 180s anymore, like, because most of them are just turned into drift cars.
That's the brownie points.
Yes, all the right bits.
All the right bits.
Man, even to see one with complete interior and stuff is...
Spends most of the time fixing it.
Does he?
Yeah. He actually brought down to Juicebox meet and he blew a turbo.
Ah, no way.
Yeah.
At the barbecue at the time?
Yeah.
So is this all your brother's stuff and a mixture of your stuff? Look at that. Just collection of B series. There's one there. This is where all the B series are hiding.
Yeah. All spares.
Fuck. See, he probably did the smart thing and picked all this stuff up before it got expensive.
Well, he buys them now and again, yeah.
I'm going to start annoying you about some of the cool stuff you have.
So this is the Lancer, yeah. I brought this, it's a Mitsubishi Lancer, 1977. Brought in with JDM auction watch.
Yeah.
Don't really know what the history of it. I know it did have a history in Japan. I just don't know what the history was.
Yeah.
Came in pretty much as you see it. The only thing I did with this car was put the wheels in it, really.
The overfenders are on it as well.
The overfenders are on it. The front lip was on it.
Oh man. What size they look like? 8.5 minus 13s?
Yeah, they're 14 by 8.5. I'm not sure on the offset now, I can't remember.
I wonder, did they ever sell this model over here?
No, see, Mitsubishi didn't come to Ireland in 1984.
Oh really?
1984, so there would have been no Mitsubishis in Ireland before 1984.
I did not know that.
It wasn't even known of. Toyota was kind of got the head start before Mitsubishi did. Kind of why they probably a bit more popular.
This is gorgeous, man. The back end on it. I remember when you got it, I just couldn't believe it. It was
kind of a last minute decision. I was looking at other yokes in auction and then that just popped up and I was like, I didn't even really look at the auction sheet. I said, that looks cool.
Yeah.
That was it.
And you were saying it might have done hill climbs or...
Yeah, we don't know. Just going from people talking to people. When I got it, it was actually on the auction sheet, it was down, it had a 5-speed gearbox. But driving on the way home I realised that there was no slot for 5th gear.
Jesus, and there's a sort of a half cage in it.
Half cage, harnesses.
Short ratio box then almost, yeah.
There was,
harnesses.
it was maxed out at about 80 kilometres an hour.
Fuck.
But an RD wheel was in it. It's literally exactly as you see it, is the way I got it.
Let's have a little scan. Man, this thing is really cool. I commend you for buying stuff like this, because I always just go for the most stock stuff, and then you're one of the only people I know that actually buys more random stuff, like then, you know, like, but as you were saying a while ago, the only difference is that finding parts for stuff like this, then you have to use your brain.
Yeah, and you kind of like, you'd be on all like Facebook is great for different groups, like, because you know the whole world is on it really. So,
Yeah.
like, they're like popular in the Philippines and stuff like that. So I've actually got a lot of it.
Okay.
It's actually, I got a 5-speed gearbox for it because I couldn't drive it. So
Right.
I got a 5-speed gearbox in the Philippines for it. It was actually left-hand drive box, but I swapped everything over to make it a right-hand drive box.
So this was all on as well, and
They were
these are
all on
fucking
it,
so
yeah.
cool, man.
They were all on it.
Such a nice little front end as well.
That was actually the early Mitsubishi badge used these. It wasn't even Mitsubishi logo, it was kind of that
Wow,
logo there.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, and actually I paid about not much for that because I couldn't get one.
Really?
I was going out to Mandela one day and it blew off, and I eventually got one anyway. It's Japan only. In the Philippines, they had the Mitsubishi logo.
Right.
And then the wipers stay like that. That's where they sit. Sit like that in the two of them.
No way.
Yeah.
Look at that. So yeah, all you've done exterior-wise then is wheels, but they look.
Wheels, and I suppose the head gas we went on after that did that.
Oh Jesus!
Didn't do a thing really.
It looks American almost, don't it? Like.
Yeah. And then cut the slots out of the bonnet, put the bonnet right back and everything.
Look at that. Fuck.
So I don't know what sort of history it had. I'd say it had a cool little history. I don't know, but it had all the right bits on it anyway. You know. But then a standard engine kind of thing.
Yeah, probably used like set for hill climber, Gymkhana or something, you know.
Like it has Cusco top mounts, and I've been trying to find Cusco top mounts for one of the other cars there, and I can't find them. You know, like coilovers in the front. Each plug lead has like an earth on it or something, and it has an earthing kit.
That's mad. It's clean enough as well, isn't it?
It
Like
is,
for the age, like.
Cusco engine mounts. Like
No way.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of the more obscure things that someone has pulled the trigger on.
Yeah.
As people probably have guessed from watching the video and stuff, like most people just import like 86s or 180s and stuff like that. So like there's not too many people pulling the trigger on things like this.
And I suppose parts would be a big thing to turn people off.
Yeah, I think so.
If you can't get parts, people don't even want the hardship of it.
Yeah. But like you said, just using a bit of ingenuity, you can kind of figure things out.
You can.
So it came with the front lip as well then?
Came with the front lip and everything, yeah. Came with the front lip and everything.
77. So 77 in Ireland means that you don't have to get any inspection.
Correct.
So you can kind of just leave it and enjoy it as it is.
€56 road tax.
Yeah, €56 road tax. And then like, so they've started a rolling thing now. So like it's 40 years. So as it starts to move, every car that's under or over 40 years old won't have to do an NCT, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it must be nice to be able to just sit in and drive this thing.
It is, yeah. It is.
Do you drive it much or?
I used to drive a good bit, and when I kind of got this car, it was just kind of a little bit slower getting placed. All the others are getting faster cars. So they were all going the motorway while I go the old road up the top.
It must be some crack though, bringing it to a track day and stuff.
Like people have called it everything, like from Datsun to Toyota, everything.
Because it has a bit of everything, don't it? Like it kind of looks like it could be a Toyota or a Datsun.
It's kind of people are like, you know, they're looking at it and you see them taking pictures of it. What the hell is
it
this,
could be some American company or something. I love these because this is very American muscle car.
Yeah, it is.
Especially with the.
Actually, they're actually two of them broken now, but yeah, they're.
And you'd wonder when all these kind of mods were done to it. They could have been done in like the early 90s or something like.
90s because it has a cassette player, has a tape player in it. So I'm guessing the 90s.
And you'd wonder then, like, did some old lad just own it the whole time over there? Like, do you know, did he have it for years? Cars like this, definitely, like, you'd be fascinated to know it's past.
That's nice of the car. It's a lovely car.
Even the colour, it's beautiful. And the mirrors probably actually do work because they're like somewhat authentic. Like when people stick eBay wing mirrors onto their cars and stuff, and they just vibrate. They don't do anything. But yeah, they're beautiful, man. What a nice car. I've been mad to see this thing for ages.
It's in the house now, so
yeah, the real stuff that we have to deal with.
The real stuff now.
Yeah. So you might have seen this in photos. Actually, the first place this showed up anywhere, it was in a Monkey London video, I think, very early. I think it was over in the UK. And he did a quick walk around it.
Yeah, so I originally got it off the crowd that's kind of associated with Monkey London. I'm not sure, it's like Chap West Mods.
Okay.
So I bought it off them as a project. I think the only reason I bought it was the bonnet was weird.
Like
I said I wanted to kind of see, because I asked him to describe it for me and he kind of couldn't really describe what it was. So yeah, bought it for the bonnet.
Yeah, I remember seeing it when they even had it, and the first thing that caught my eye was the bonnet as well, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I was delighted then it ended up in your hands, because I don't know, it was kind of being advertised as a bit of a drift missile type thing and stuff, and I thought then it would just end up like a few years ago. These were still kind of like cheap-ish, so people were and people were using them for wrecking and stuff, and then you ended up with it and you kind of like started tidying it up a little bit.
Yeah,
and
I didn't. I suppose again, what did I do with it? It had the side skirts and the back bumper on it. Front bumper was no front bumper on it. At the time, I didn't know what the kit was, so literally just got the easy option out. Things like a BN style front bumper.
Yeah.
And then literally just put that on it. I already had coilovers, already had all the nice bits.
Yeah.
And literally, I actually had the set of R33 wheels at home.
Yeah.
Stick them onto it. It says it looks alright.
It does. Looks really good, like, yeah.
And they never come off it really. Bought 2 more sets of R33 since just for tyres, rotating tyres.
Yeah. Aren't you lucky now with the price they've gone? Like, just the second the Americans could get their hands on 33s, the wheels just took off. I just seen, because I wanted to buy a set in work, and they were like €600, €700. Now they're like, I don't know what they are now. They're probably like €1,500 or something.
€1,000.
It's crazy.
Depending on the condition.
Yeah. Man, this car, I love it. And every time I've put photos of it, because unfortunately the only time I ever really see it is either at Mondello or you'll come down to the barbecue and stuff.
Obviously the bonnet, I suppose, is the main point. It was done with angle grinders.
Yeah.
In Japan, obviously the bits of rust come up through it since, but done with angle grinders, blew in the corners and then lacquered the whole thing from what I...
And like I was saying to you earlier, only because the candy kind of has the shade of rust, like with the rust happening on it, it doesn't really take from it. It's almost like... It's just like pure look that the tones are basically rust tones. But yeah, like that's just bare metal under lacquer. So obviously eventually the moisture is going to work its way up.
But when I was, actually I popped on actually.
Yeah.
But another fun fact actually, when I got the car, there's a little fella hanging down underneath the bonnet. Didn't really know much about it. And as I was telling you earlier on about the owner getting in contact with me.
Yeah. So we should explain, right? You're one of the only people I've ever met where the owner that used to own this car in Japan contacted you.
Yeah.
Like, usually it's us creeping Japanese people out trying to find the history, but...
Like, I suppose, the biggest thing, this thing here, 707 World, don't know if you can kind of see it, but 707 World at Coded GP has kind of wrote every panel, everything on the car. It's on the bonnet, it's on the headlights, it's on the side skirts.
Yeah.
And I kind of used to start, when I put up pictures, I'd hashtag it. So I'm guessing he found me from that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how he found me. Just literally woke up one morning, seen a message on Instagram, opened it, and literally...
Yeah, the message was in Irish.
Yeah. I'm not great in my Irish, not going to read.
Oh, that's so good.
And then I was like, what the hell is this? Of course, I was only after waking up, kind of half asleep.
Yeah.
So what happened was, he started off in Irish. I was writing back to him in English. He wasn't replying to me because he wasn't sure what I was saying.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to tell him, look, can you translate to English? Then we kind of got conversation going, found out a bit of history with the car then. It was actually mad. Still to this day, I think it's mad. Regular contact with him.
Yeah.
He still can't believe that.
Yeah, you've made friends, like.
Yeah, made friends, yeah. He's a JZX100 now. He's actually on the hunt for an 81 at the minute.
That's funny, isn't it? It's going back full circle.
Yeah.
Man, that is a mad story, like.
It is, yeah. And like the funniest thing ever though is, like, I suppose one of the first questions I asked him was like, what is 707 World at Coded GP? I used to be googling it non-stop because I said to myself, I thought this was like a team that drifted cars in Japan. I was like, I'm mad to find this. So when I asked him, he literally just said, I'll show you the message.
Yeah.
I'll show you the message, because I was like, after my whole life was a lie.
Yeah, you were hoping to unlock this mad team.
So basically, I was like, what was 707 World at Coded GP? And he was like, has no meaning, made it from July 7th of my birthday. So literally his date of birth is all it was. So yeah, so kind of, at least I got the answer.
Yeah, now you finally know what it is like.
It was peace of mind to know what it was. But yeah, it's kind of cool, the history of the car, trying to keep the stickers on it and all that sort of thing.
I'm happy it ended up in your hands. I hate kind of bashing our own car culture and stuff, but like Ireland, over the years, we have a habit of wrecking really cool things from Japan, because I feel like we just maybe don't appreciate it at the time. Like lots of stuff has come here and died, so like when I knew you had this and you kind of just kept it the way it was and stuff, it's really nice to see it's still intact with all the 707 World stuff, and you didn't bother painting this, even though I'm sure you've been torn to maybe just freshen it up, but like I hope the next owner, you know, has the appreciation for it as well. Like,
another question you asked him was, this little fella was on it since Japan. I didn't know what he was. So found out he's actually a famous comedian in Japan. Went to one of his shows with this car. Came out to the car with that little thing from the show, stuck it on his bonnet.
No way!
He's on it since 2010, I think he said.
Ah man, that's so cool. Yeah. And he's like,
he lost a leg.
Absolutely melted.
He's still there though, he's still there. But yeah, look, it's a cool car. Nice spec on it, of course. Like it.
Well, you miss it, like,
it does what it's made to do, I suppose, you want to put it that way.
Do you think you'll miss it?
I will definitely miss that car if it does go. I'm still kind of in two minds.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It has non-VVTi 1J, Coyo Rad, like.
Yes, you know, mushroom filter.
Yeah.
Still running twin turbo, which I suppose a lot of people go single turbo.
Yeah, they do. But it's a nice, reliable car. Like,
it starts every time, and get me to it and get me back. And
man, and it's like, it's funny how it's such a beautiful, simple formula, but like every time I put a picture of this thing up, like people go absolutely bizarre, because I would say it's one of the nicest 81s I've ever seen in my life. Like,
thanks,
no, really, like, and like a lot of people do agree. Like, even with 33 wheels, you didn't go, oh, I need to get the biggest wheels I can find and stuff. You just got some OEM 33 wheels, threw it on because it's a beautiful formula.
Yeah, and it came back to the demand in Japan. Like, it's so weird how everything kind of worked out. Like, I was chatting to him when he sent me pictures of the car in Japan, and he actually ran R33s on it.
No way!
I never knew that.
Oh,
the
that's
car came in
fucking
really narrow
yeah.
wheels, but he used to run R33s in the front and R32s in the back because they were a smaller wheel for cheaper tyres for a lot of the time. And I was like, I actually said to him, I said, I actually can't believe this.
Yeah, this is
like,
crazy.
It's so weird. Like, how many years later run the same wheels?
Oh, man, I'm forever envious that he reached out to you. Like, it's just like that never ever happens. What then? Inside then is.
Inside is kind of, I suppose, keeping with the theme. The outside is like it's a Recaro seat covered in brown.
Nice. Did it
Cars.
come in with that on it? Like,
Came in with that. It came in everything. The gear knob is my favourite thing.
Yeah. Wow,
like
what?
a little Japanese lady.
Oh man, even the smell out of it, just the instant smell of like 80s Toyota.
Yeah, the Nardi is in it from when I got it. It's well worn.
Yeah, but it looks lovely, and you know, it has the character.
And
Like,
it's small, like it's easy to little handle the card, you know. The stickers, the stickers on the far side were on it. I just put your sticker beside it.
Ah, cool. It doesn't look out of place, which makes me happy. I intended it to be a crap-looking sticker in a good way.
I had to add to its history.
Grady gauges then, and man,
digital dash. And
absolutely beautiful. It doesn't even have a cage around, so it doesn't.
Doesn't have a cage. No carpet.
Oh man, that's very cool as well. The Toyota Mark II on the Broadway.
If you look at the pillars, they're Japanese women's tights.
What?
Wrapped around the 8 pillars.
No way!
I didn't know that until he asked that as well.
Fucking hell, man.
Just random stuff, and I was like, why did you do it? And he was like, don't know.
Why not, like?
No reason why.
But this car is like from, like, you know the way everything is changing now and people are more into trying to preserve the OEMness and stuff. This is from when like things were just creative and lads just kind of did whatever they want because the cars weren't that expensive. And,
that's it,
and that stuff's starting to disappear now in Japan and here because they're investments and they're blah blah blah. But like we're going to see less and less of like mad bonnets like this and people sticking tights on their fucking A-pillars for
like,
shits and giggles.
Like I don't want mid cars, like I just want the car. So if somebody opens the door against the car park, it's part of
exactly,
the car.
yeah. But you definitely the same as like I like a car to have a little bit of character to it. Like otherwise you're just if you're trying to chase the pristineness, you stress yourself out all the time trying to make sure. Like we live in a country where you just can't have mint cars. Like otherwise you'll never drive them.
That's it.
A little bit of the thing done on the fuel flap as well.
It's chipping off, though, unfortunately as well. But then I suppose the rear sticker. Then this is another sticker I asked him about. He told me he handmade a lot of stickers.
Yeah.
So that's handmade. It's his family name in Japan.
And here, a lot of this stuff, was this done in Japan as well? Like,
this was on it, that was on it, that was on it, that was on it. And the rest of them kind of worn off.
Yeah.
One's put over.
Was this on it as well, or?
Or did you put remember if that was it. No, I think that could have been on it as well.
Okay, Wangan Midnight, yeah. Good cartoon.
Like my own Mitsubishis. This is a 76 Mitsubishi Galant.
Wow. The colour is incredible, man. Was it this colour?
This is the original colour. It's only 40,000 kilometres. One owner from you. One family from you, sorry.
One owner?
One owner.
So
40,000 kilometres for a horse. Leaving me, I couldn't leave it original.
So this is an Australian import, you were saying, is it?
Yes, yeah. Come in from Perth.
So how did you find this then?
I suppose we can get quiet time now and again in the evening time. You just start Googling and all of a sudden things pop up and you find that because you'll be looking for bits for one of the other cars and something like that pops up. You're like, that's cool, and that's basically how it happens. That car was totally original when I got it. I didn't really do much with it. Lowered it on kind of a funny setup with suspension in the front.
Yeah.
Obviously can't get really bits for it, so it's actually running R31 Skyline front shocks with E30 BMW launch springs. The front lip, I got a cousin of mine to kind of get it moulded the other one.
Yeah.
And just set of SR Mark IIs in the front and SR Mark IIIs on the back.
Wow.
And but yeah, it's mostly original paintwork as well.
It's absolutely beautiful. Damn the Australians for being able to
yeah, you can see all the burn marks from the dash.
but just, you know the way like stuff stays in good condition over like they have no idea what we have to deal with over here.
We
like
have to have a shed, or either it's rotten.
and some people are like, oh, things rust over here too, but I was just like, you don't actually get the misery that we get. Like, not just no way. Like, our cars rust from the inside out because of dampness. Like you find rusted like in places where you just thought it would never exist. Color palettes like this were not ever popular in Ireland because it's more of a sunny color. So
and loads of chrome.
yeah,
Typical 70s, loads of chrome. No, it's nice little
I think it looks gorgeous as a wagon as well. Like.
Yeah, it's different, like. But again, I suppose people don't know what it is. They're kind of calling it all sorts of things.
Look at that front end. The little fucking. It's like a little.
Colt.
Oh yeah. So the Colt then, yeah, it was named after a horse then.
Oh yeah, so kind of Mitsubishi was kind of, you know, it was Mitsubishi, but it was also kind of sort of Colt Galant. So the Colt Galant, the Colt Lancer, depending on where it was sold, it was all different kind of things.
So it wasn't actually going to be called like a Mitsubishi Lancer.
No, that was just it was down as the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Corporation.
But they were
on the VIN tag, for example, but on the. But all the badges in the car would say Colt Galant.
Okay.
You sold it as a Colt dealership.
Jesus, man. You're hitting me with stuff. It's great to learn. Every day's a school day.
Every day is school day.
I like that you know.
I'm still learning every day. Actually, the plate number plates are on the back of it there, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, where's it originally from then?
Western Australia.
So did I ask you then, how did you end up with this then?
I kind of just seen it online and...
over there or over?
No, it was... where was it now? I can't even remember. I think your man was moving back or something to the UK or something like that, and kind of... Anyways, did a deal with him and kind of got back from there. I can't remember now if we drove it. Yeah, we actually... Did we drive it? Yeah, we actually drove it back.
Western Australia.
It's only, as I was saying, 40,000 kilometres on it. So
wow.
It's everything is...
This is a real gem of a yoke. Like
even that little sticker is still on it, like, and do you know, like it's...
Yeah. Oh man, unbelievable. So like you were saying, because it's been sitting up for so long, you tried to...
Yeah, I started today, of course, and choke is sticking now. I didn't even bother looking into it.
This is what happens when you have a lot of vehicles and they don't get to be...
Someday I'm at nothing, I'll tip in and get it started. 5 minutes probably fix it.
Must be nice, man, to even I know this is only like probably half the fleet, like, but...
Sometimes it's stressful in work and stuff, and you kind of come out here and you kind of just, you know, you tip away at something there, and you know, it's actually like... I don't know, it's like therapy. Like some people go for a walk, I come and mess in the car.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Something similar, you know.
I actually bought a set of them Dunlop tees during the week. I found a full set for €150 in Japan. Yeah. I've always wanted them. They're one of my favourite wheels, super underrated.
I suppose like some of them there, like some of them are single wheels and stuff. You'd be just tipping in Yahoo auctions and you maybe buy one there. But are kind of there. If they don't fit in a car, I get dishes so that make the right fit.
Yeah,
you know?
Jesus, I'm envious. You definitely have a lot of desirable.
Don't picture the road there.
We won't worry about that. It's getting pride of place there. Look at that,
It's not my wheel.
The shame. Nah, I'm only messing. Yeah, nice man. A lot of Mark IIIs and Mark IIs.
I like small little dish wheels.
So 14,
do I. 14 is probably my favourite size.
Absolutely. There's just something about the proportions of a 14, isn't there? It's just, I think it's just right.
The wider the better.
Oh man, no way. So you've reversed the lips on these 8.3.
Yeah, they're two inner lips put together.
Deadly.
Two inner lips put together.
So did you split these on a lathe, or what way did you do them?
They were already done. I kind of bought them like that.
Right.
Just look, I mean to get had them and clean them up, and but never got.
I literally only bought a set of them, and they came in the last container as well.
I love them wheels. The rusty car.
So this is the same as the one over there. So this is a Colt.
This is another Colt Lancer.
So it's a Colt Lancer.
This is a two-door.
I'm getting thrown off big time.
What's that one again then?
It's a Colt Lancer as well.
Colt Lancer.
See, in Japan they call it a Mitsubishi Lancer.
Yeah.
And a lot of other countries say it's Colt.
Right.
So this of course is very rusty.
Did you put these on?
I put them on it because the bonnet is red rotten. It's the only way holding it down when you drive it. It does drive.
What's beautiful about this is you can actually just head off in this now because it doesn't need an inspection or anything.
But like I wouldn't be seeing the other system like it. But yeah, basically I bought that. Actually, what happened was I knew this car existed because I remember finding a picture on Facebook and I kind of went on a search tracking it down. So I kind of posted in a few groups. I don't even know where this car is. Last seen in 2006. I found out it was 2006. And then one lad messaged, yeah, it's in my garden. And I was like, right, went up and bought it. And I kind of bought more stuff for spares to the other one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it is very rusty in the front, but from the front back it's actually not that bad.
Right.
So I might do it someday, but first thing you have to do is, of course, slam it on another set of wheels. So slam it on another set of wheels.
Oh, Jesus, man. Just when I was like, oh, you have nice, like, oh, and you know what, right? You probably know this already, but so the Advan A3As, right? There's a really limited edition version of them that came factory wide, and instead of just saying Advan on them, they say Advan Racing, and these are them.
Okay.
So the face on these says Advan Racing, right? And then the other ones you have over there, just normal ones that came in 6J, only said Advan on them. So these are the ultra rare factory wide Advan Racing A3As. So now I finally get to teach you something today.
Yeah, that's mad.
I'm very jealous because I would absolutely love a set of them. Yeah. You'll notice it now when you look at the faces of the other ones you have, they only say Advan.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, just another. I'm delighted I got to teach you something now because you're absolutely schooling me. And you've a full set of them. Are they 13s?
They're 13 by
13 by 8s.
Yeah,
So that's the way these factory 13 by 8s, they made them for proper racing, like so.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, they're not bad fitment in that, in fairness to them.
Man, they are such a nice looking wheel.
That's mad.
What a cool car, but here you go. Here's the.
I don't know what the driver's seat is out. The driver's seat is like some sort of Toyota seat.
Whoa.
I don't really know what it is.
Look at that interior.
The door's probably open actually if you want to.
So, this is what we were talking about. So look, there's a car from Australia, and I know you say you might have a bit of rust, but like Ireland likes to self-destruct old cars, and you can just see where here's a comparable car from the same generation, same era, and it just rusts.
It's actually 2 years newer than that car.
Yeah, and Irish cars just rust. They just start self-destructing.
As you said earlier on, inside out. So
it is inside out.
It looks grand, and one day you're driving along, and next minute another bit of rust comes out, and that keeps going.
And the heartbreakers, then we get so emotionally attached to this kind of stuff, then that like Ireland just slowly kills them, and you have to watch it before your eyes as stuff just starts to fall apart.
That's exactly it.
It's so cool. You have two of them. So this is an English import.
So it is an English import. So this would have been called the Colt Lancer. It's a two-door. Again, I suppose I believe there isn't many of these cars around. I do know of one other man that has a very similar car in blue in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Apart from that, I don't think I know of any other.
I can't believe you found another one.
Yeah, I suppose I had to find it.
Yeah, of anyone, it was good. The car was going to find you. Like,
right. I have two more. I have two Mitsubishis. I need to find the third one now. So
that's so good, like, because like, you know, the fact you even have the other one, and it's like to know there was another one in Ireland somewhere.
Yeah, that's what made me find it. I was like,
it's mad front. It could be anything.
I'll just show you how rotten the front of it is.
Okay.
Brace yourself.
Right.
So it does drive. Drives. But of course, it's going along one day and the bonnet flew up because.
Oh man. Now, welcome to what we have to deal with here. So, this is regular for. I'm surprised this car even exists still.
Still, yeah. As I was saying to you, the front is red rotten, but from going back, then from the I suppose the bulkhead back, it's actually grand.
What a contrast to the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to get a front cut.
It's not terrible though. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm going
Like,
to get a whole front cut someday, with the help of God. Get a whole front cut and put the whole front cut onto it because I feel like the work was done.
It is. I mean, it's survived this long, and now it's indoors. And
the funny thing about that is, I could hop in now and start running for the battery was stone dead. It'd actually start first dip of the key.
Wow, man.
I drove it in here.
It's nice now for people that, you know, when I'm always trying to explain about the rust, that you've seen the Jap one that came from a country that's kind to cars, to how, like we were saying, stuff here just look rust from the inside out.
Yeah,
like
that's actually a good fact there, and that's literally inside out.
Yeah, like just moisture, and then dampness, and just. Beautiful though. I'm so like, it's nice that, you know, you're.
Yeah, like it's grand. It's again, okay, the only reason I wanted it is because I had the other one. And
it probably still looks so cool driving around, man. And those Advans, yellow and red, like such a gorgeous combo.
I drove down to the filling station to get petrol one day, and like the amount of people around, well, most of them wondering how it was on the road, but the amount of people wondering what it was as well, like, you know.
So this one's a coupe.
This is a coupe.
Oh man, very cool.
Because, well, that's proven fact there now.
Yeah, like look, here's an example of one that came here, and then you've seen the brown one, and it's fucking fairly mint like. And then here's something from a dry climate, and it's fucking immaculate.
Yeah. And like, in fairness, that probably wasn't even stored. It's probably outside as well.
It's whole life, and look at the original paint, like.
Yeah.
Man, Jesus, I would have anxiety on this much stuff. It's very impressive.
Look, it's grand. Like, just I suppose like projects.
Yeah, nice to have stuff going.
Even when they're going, it feels like a project. You're just waiting for what's next thing.
Something just goes, and you're like, oh bollocks. Yeah. Another cameraman that like was everywhere and now is nowhere.
Now nowhere, yeah.
When was the last time any of us saw an Evo 4? Like, they were the most unloved as well, weren't they? When when the recession came, these were the first to get axed very fast. Like,
they were, like, in fairness, because I suppose. I don't know, they were the cheap. I remember they were the cheapest Evos. Like, sure, looking back, I should have bought them all up, but like. Having money back then was a different story too.
Exactly.
You know?
None of us really had anything.
No.
In a recession when everything was cheap, no one had any money. Like, and then Rob, that was down the shed with us, he's the Evo killer. Rob had money, so Rob bought every single one of them and killed them. So that's why there's not many left in Ireland. It's easier to blame Rob. Like, how long have you had this then?
I'm not sure actually. Probably a couple of years anyway. I did that check that you were talking about with that car.
Okay.
I got pictures of it. It nearly came in pretty much the same it was.
Wow.
It has 5 rear end, 5 wheels, 5 brakes, 6 seats and 6 clocks. Just I suppose keep the colour going.
Yeah.
So they obviously put in the mould in the steering wheel now. They put in the blue clocks, I suppose, or the clocks are blue and the 6 and blue seats. So.
The seats are lovely. Nice touch. This is obviously a rare enough colour, is it?
Yeah, it's all blue. I just actually found in that JDM database put up actually just the other day that there's only 134, I think, in that colour with a sunroof, just factory sunroof model. Yeah, so it's rarer than I thought it would be, I suppose.
What made you buy the 4?
I don't really know. I just wanted, like, I have the Evo 9 and stuff there, and I kind of just wanted another Evo. Like, if I ever had the money, I'd buy them all.
I know, yeah. Isn't that that's the sickness, though, you know? Like, and then you can justify it to yourself. Like, if someone asks you, like, no, but then I'll have each of them, like, you know what I mean?
Then trying to explain that to everybody else. But look, it's like anything, sure. It's a bit of crash. You can spend your money at worse things.
Absolutely, man.
You know, that's the problem.
That's beautiful, man. Very nice colour. Very nice car. Yeah. It's cool to see an Evo 4. Like you said, they're all dead.
They're all nearly dead now. Yeah. So this is, again, of course, we rent the shed with a couple of lads. This is one of the lads' cars, EK4. I think it's a really cool car.
It's beautiful.
It is all genuine bits on it.
In Ireland, we'll just give a bit of a backstory that, like, I know in America and other countries, like, people really like the bump strips and stuff like that, but Irish people just turned every EK4 into an EK9 lookalike, or, you know, tried to get rid of all of that stuff. And we have to give him a lot of respect because he's actually worked with the original look of the car, and it really stands out now because it's probably one of the only ones left that looks like this. There's such a simple formula with the T's and then the white paint and just like... And the fact that they only made 4,500 EK4s and they made 16,000 EK9s, they're the true rare car, which is mad. We were just saying, like, the EK4 in Ireland, like, was fairly disposable, and a lot of people kind of made them look like Type R replicas and stuff and ripped off all the early spec stuff. So I give you a lot of credit for actually just working with the original look of the car.
They don't need much.
And what did you say? You came from like a VW background, so you kind of got to appreciate more the OEM kind of look.
Yeah, but like, I was always around. Like, my brother would have brought in cars years ago back in the boom, so I was always running around. But sadly, I was the wrong, wrong side of it to get insurance. So VW and that kind of
How old are you now then?
28 now.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not too far ahead of you. I would have been the same. Like,
eventually got into them when I came of age and could assure I had EGs, EK4s and that kind of thing, and I'm building a race car at the moment for Irish touring cars, so I kind of sold up everything and like devoted that, but then all the lads kind of got jealous of going for spins, so I got that then last year, and that's basically everything that's kind of on the car. I had sitting on the shelf.
Wow, really?
That's
amazing, man.
So basically just a few bits sprayed and get the bonnet redone, that kind of thing, and just that's what it is. Like, everything was kind of pretty much sitting on the shelf. Just
wow. So did you put the brakes on it?
Yeah.
And they're the T's you just had sitting there as well then. And
yeah, the clearance is good for that size.
Jesus, man.
You didn't have to shave off any bits or anything?
There's a fair bit of work on it now, yeah.
Really?
yeah.
So are they like 6.5 J? They look a bit more aggressive than that, like.
7.
Yeah, they look, wow, man, they really do look nice.
A 6.5, you'd have to have like a 20 mil space.
Yeah.
They're like a 15.
Is it like a Cusco half cage or something in the back?
No, that's a cage of metal myself.
Oh, fucking hell, man. I like that you've actually worked it in around the standard interior. You haven't, like, haven't stripped it out, and it's amazing. Like, the fact that you've worked around, you just never see this with Hondas. But in Ireland, we thought that these weren't rare, so we crushed and wrecked, and they were all all Hondas. Like, I think it's because out of all the cars to take the most abuse in Ireland, I think like twin cams because of their engine and lads sitting on a limiter, and then like B series like Civics and stuff just took the punishment that people gave them. So people have such a respect for how much abuse these cars can take. Was that what is this, spoon, or is it a
spoon? Yeah.
Look, it's mad, isn't it? The formula is quite simple and awesome. Spoon mirrors as well, are they?
Yeah. Simpler the better. Like,
it is, isn't it? Like I know there's a lot of nice kits and things you can do to them, and you know the liveries and whatever and stuff, but then like simple is definitely just the most timeless look. Even the silver on the T's against the white, man, it's just
it's
perfect, just perfect. Well done. Isn't it mad that by just not going too far and knowing when to fucking rein it in is like...
Toe hook as well, I made myself.
Yeah. So you do a bit of fab work yourself then?
Yeah. That's what myself and my father do.
Oh, savage.
Our evening job, building rally cars, drift cars.
Really, yeah?
Fabrication end.
Oh, wow. Jackie redid the bonnet for you, did he?
Yeah, he re-lacquered it.
It looks like glass.
A sorry state now, he's a wizard.
Jesus, man. Yeah, that looks amazing.
Very simple.
Very nice.
to write home about.
So standard B16A, is it, or is it?
No, I blew it up on the way home after buying it.
Oh, no
about
way.
20 minutes away. And blew it up on the way home. So I had, so in it now is B16B pistons, put new oil pump, ACL bearings, skimmed the head,
Deadly.
800 cams, CTR
Nice.
intake, our own manifold, and then full exhaust.
Whoa.
Built box it as well, with a Quave diff 49.
Whoa.
Shorter third. In it.
Jesus, man, what a.
That's a 4-1 manifold, is it? Or 4-1?
That's 421.
Oh, it's a 4-2-1.
Yeah.
Must be a nice feeling to be able to build your own manifolds and build your own cages and do that kind of.
Yes, well, I'm still in the learning process.
Yeah, but like, you know,
I
like,
head on to
Jesus,
it.
man, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Because
Yeah.
when you build it, like, whatever about going on Sunday spins or whatever, but like it's like a seat time car for
Yeah.
when I'm building the other car, so like it's just.
Ah, man, that makes it even better. And then like, race intended stuff like never goes out of fashion. So like, you know what I mean? If you have a car that's built for purpose, it's always going to look fucking great. What else then? We need to corner you about that for a minute.
Hand over this man.
Oh my God, it's like everyone's just under the fucking microscope here.
Pull it out.
If you want to.
Yeah, sure.
You're the only one here in the.
No, we're trying to squeeze into the bubble now.
Yeah, it'll be hard for us to get in. Yeah, the VIP corner. Yeah, I feel like it's going to cave in around me, like. I know.
Oh, that is embarrassing.
Cut. Oh! Lovely.
Yesterday evening, first tip.
It's cause the camera's on. This is a beautiful little gym.
It's not finished yet now, but
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to annoy you too much, but I guess we may as well while we're here because everyone will be like, why didn't you talk about.
it's probably the only chance, yeah.
Yeah.
But the skirts that go on, the bumpers go on with live sports kit all around.
So how many years? You have this a long time.
15 years.
15 years. What, you bought it in 2000 and.
2006.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've managed to hold on to it this whole time,
Yeah.
which is impressive.
Well, drove it. I'd say I daily drove it for about 8-9 years.
Yeah.
There's different cars in between, but it's always been around, yeah.
And about 3 years ago, you started going bananas at it, was it, or was it before that even?
Well, I had a bit of rust on the sails now, and then got the full respray done.
Yeah.
Got the case, start buying the kit then as well. I got it up to bits.
So again, simple formula. You know, I wish more people would get it, but like really nice wheels. So full respray.
Full respray.
Yeah. And what did you get last time? Was that I got excited about the box? Was it the front lip?
I got the front lip off JDM.
Yeah.
So,
Is that what rear spoiler is that then? Is it a?
Fire spoiler.
Okay. Wow. Vars. What bonnet is it?
That's the cruise bonnet.
Ah, no way. Is that? It's not the cruise bonnet off the cruise car, or?
No, it was purple when it came in.
Okay.
And what car come off? As far as I know, I think there's only like 2 or 3 original cruise bonnets. In the
That is an absolutely gorgeous engine bay.
This is all marked there, the Civic, all the pipework and.
Jeez, Mark, boy, you're getting some advertisement here, man. Holy shit! Look at this. Oh man, you wish you didn't meet us. Oh God.
You are in trouble.
I like how you downplayed yourself. There's some impressive stuff going on here, like.
Bits, he said.
Fucking hell, man. Very nice engine bay. It's so nice to see one of these done right because just like we were saying with the Civics, these got the shit out of the stick in Ireland. Like, it's so cool that Toyota took like one of their most mundane little like hatchbacks that was sold over here to nannies and nuns and stuff and just made it angry and mental and had all this extra stuff added to it. Like,
Changes to the look and made them look.
yeah, like they just look like
GT turbo.
they look like such a pissed off car, like a pissed off little nugget. What are the plans then? I mean, finish the car and drive it, enjoy it.
Get it out for summer, yeah. Well, it needs coilovers, really. It needs an ECU to get it mapped.
Okay.
So I'm running like 0.3 bar now.
Yeah.
It's just to keep it, let it drive, that's all.
And then a little look inside, I guess. I may as well. I see some nice Recaros.
Yeah,
Oh man,
OEM Recaros.
very, very clean inside.
A few, the bit of the extras as the carbon surround and the clocks and the centre console.
Nice cage,
Yeah, Cusco cage, yeah.
deadly.
Pick that up.
I like the mesh of like you didn't go too mental with the interior, like still like a blend of standardness and like.
Oh yeah, even with the cage, like back seats.
Yeah, back seats and stuff.
It's not going to, I know it's in a bubble now, it's not going to be like a show queen.
Yeah, but it's nice to just you obviously care about the car, like you know. So we live in a country where like you know the climate is not kind to cars. So I mean, anything you can do to, it's kind of your pride and joy. You know, you've had it for this long, so I mean, there's no
spending that money on
exactly like, but you really appreciate it. So like, whatever chance you can give it to stick around for as long as you're above ground is you know. I mean, I definitely wouldn't take the piss out of you for that at all. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. It's nice to just see in such an unassuming shed like all this amazing stuff. That's just like very varied group of friends with stuff. You know what I mean? You're all fucked if you want to give each other a loan of parts and stuff like. You know?
Exactly, yeah.